So this is my new webcam. It's actually my Sony A5100. I keep zooming in instead of zooming out, so I need to get that right. But it is an actual camera set up on tripod instead of the built-in camera. So the coloring is completely different than when I use the web camera. I may be able to add that back in just to show the difference. Let's see. We'll add a video capture device, add source, and add as a new source instead. We'll say laptop built-in. So if I use this camera instead, this is kind of like the difference between the two cameras. Obviously they're not pointed exactly in the same direction, but you can have an idea of just how different the color settings are. For the most part, I believe I have the Sony set to pretty much everything as neutral. I do have I have the aperture set to auto, but pretty much everything else is on auto. But it's crazy how different the two cameras look. There is a little bit of a lag when it comes to using the actual camera, and part of that is, I believe, I have to use a mini HDMI to HDMI through a video capture card to use this camera. So it may be part of the reason why that's the case. And maybe my laptop isn't meant to handle, quite as much of a load on it, but we'll see. So there are some major differences, and you can see as I reach my arm to adjust the other lens, it's really completely different lighting. But I will play a couple games of chess online with the new camera setup and just see what it looks like. And if it's super laggy, I'm going to have to figure out, is it the equipment, or is it, just my computer can't handle it, or, how I'll need to proceed. Even, you see the longboard, like the coloring of my lovely Canon longboard is completely different between both cameras. But alright, I'm going to get rid of this one, and I'll play a couple games. Cheers. Alright, there's 8 minutes left. 765. The computer's not lagging. It just feels like I'm lagging a bit. Oh. Castle. Oh. Swing this here. Play that. So sometimes when you play, we're both having two nights here. You play a lower rated person, they will just trade everything, so you can catch them off guard with that. Now if I let him take, then I mess up my pawn structure, so I'm not going to do that. He has to trade. See, the queen was pinned, and so now I'm going to take the queen and then take the rook. So they resigned. Good game. Sometimes, you know, just trying to trade too much will get you in trouble. Okay. So, let's try another game. Yeah, I really am going to have to adjust the settings of this camera because I do feel like I need to fix the light balance a bit. That's A-okay. We'll trade both bishops off. Alright. We're going to have to castle this way. And then still watch this piece, but we'll offer a queen trade. Now I want to still castle this way and double up that way. No, since he castled that way, let's do this. Now we're going to push. This is a weak pawn. This. And see if we can get him out of there. Now let's push some pawns. We want to keep this way. Push some pawns. See, now you can't protect it, so now I get to take it. I can double up. He's going to swing over. No. Do this. This pawn? No. Yeah, I won the pawn. Yeah, so the angles are a little bit different here. Now they are doubled up. So I need to do this. He swings back over, I come back over. Tricky. Takes. This. He wins a pawn back, but let's see. Got this. Double attack, so he has to do that. Yeah, I'm just taking too much time. Too much time. That, take that. Yeah, I didn't know how to get the draw there on short notice. Good game. That was tough. That was tough. So if anyone's popping in right now, I'll show you the difference between the cameras again. So, you know, it's just the built-in camera is the larger image on the left. I'm gonna have to play around with some settings, but this is what I'll have to figure out. Like, I'm gonna have to have like that powder that they use in movies to get rid of the shine, especially in my other setup. Alright, so we can play another game, but the tournament's going to run out before. And tricky. See, if you play this, then that's a mate. And it's looking pretty mate-like anyway. But you just let the tournament run out, and then you don't lose. So that always works. Yeah, so if anyone just joined, here's what the difference between the two cameras look like. There's a little bit of a delay, but you'll see that the web camera just lacks the detail. Like, for example, if I even wanted to like zoom in on, you know, not me, but on the map, you get like really good detail, or a lot better detail than with the web camera. Wouldn't be able to zoom in at all. So some people say that if you record with the camera for more than 20 minutes, you can actually cause it to overheat. But with using it to just stream, that shouldn't be an issue. So here's the difference between the two. Sorry, I gotta shut that down a little bit. Is that right? Nope, they're not the same. About the same angle. Alright, well, thank you for checking out my new webcam setup, and hopefully I'll get, sorry, I'm just moving myself all over the place. Hopefully I'll get it figured out in the future, but let's see. I guess if I hooked up another camera, there could be even more of me, but like side by side, when the image is smaller, like you don't get the same kind of appreciation. You may think that the built-in camera is better, but you know, by having them larger and seeing like the light differences and the detail, you know, as long as I fix the lighting in the room, you would want to use the better camera, especially if recording. For streaming, like, I don't honestly think it makes that big of a difference. It may be a hassle to set up the capture card and the real camera for me to just record the video playing chess while streaming. But if it's going to go on like YouTube then I think I would want it to be better quality. So that's part of the reason why I went through this process. Alright, so thank you again for joining. Everyone have a good evening.